The blackout and the observation. China didn't release an update. They released a verdict. There was no press conference. No warning. No dramatic announcement designed for spectacle. Just a quiet upload, a digital whisper in the archives. A stack of FITS files, photometric readings, astrometric coordinates, time-stamped data streams flowing seamlessly into national servers, as if it were routine paperwork. But the scientists who opened those files didn't see routine. They saw confirmation. Confirmation of the one scenario astronomers across the West had prayed they would never have to face. China's observations of 3I Atlas, captured during the most suspicious 36-hour blackout in Western astronomy, didn't merely fill a gap. They redefined the timeline of human observation. The object brightened when no brightening was expected. Its coma expanded against every prediction. Its tail shifted in ways that directly contradicted earlier readings. And it behaved with a precision that no natural comet could possess. And yet, the strangest part, nothing about the object had changed. And somehow, everything did. It was as if 3I Atlas wasn't waiting for sunlight. It was waiting for us. Waiting for the blackout. Waiting for the moment when only one nation was watching. On July 1, 2025, Chile's Atlas survey spotted the object. The third confirmed interstellar visitor in human history. From the moment astronomers ran its orbit, something felt off. Not just fast, too fast. Heliocentric speeds neared 209,000 km per hour, sliding across the solar system on a path that never belonged to our sun. Western observatories mobilized immediately. Hubble, JWST, VLT, Gemini. All aligned, building what they hoped would be an unbroken record of this strange visitor. Then, at the precise moment when the comet reached the most sensitive phase of its evolution, everything went dark. 36 hours. 5 major Western observatories. All offline at once. Gyroscope realignment. Mirror cleaning. Instrument swaps. Maintenance cycles timed with eerie mathematical precision. And in that tiny slit in global observation, 3I Atlas drifted perilously close to the sun's glare. The exact moment when a comet reveals its true nature. Outgassing, jet activation, dust-to-gas ratios, coma expansion, subtle nucleus stress fractures, everything that tells scientists what a comet really is. A natural comet would have nothing to hide. An unnatural one would reveal everything. The West closed its eyes. China didn't. High-altitude stations in Tibet, Qinghai, and Yunnan remained fully operational. No maintenance interruptions. No scheduling conflicts. No instrument switches. The skies in that hemisphere were cold, dark, and perfectly aligned for continuous tracking. While the most advanced observatories in the West slept, China recorded uninterrupted astrometry, coma expansion rates, tail morphology, multi-filter photometry, dust grain distributions, and brightness evolution curves. Every frame timestamped with millisecond precision. Every FITS file pushed through redundant fiber optic links, every exposure cooled by sub-zero night air, every measurement meticulously verified. And what they saw was not what Western scientists expected. The coma didn't simply grow. It expanded sunward. The tail didn't appear gradually. It elongated at an unnatural, impossible rate. Brightness didn't fluctuate. It surged 0.3 magnitudes in mere hours. The dust profile didn't shift randomly. It moved toward large carbon-rich grains, completely unheard of for a comet with this chemical history. China hadn't just filled the observational gap. China had exposed the intent and the revelation. A coma is supposed to be simple. a halo of dust and gas released as a comet warms in the sunlight. But 3I Atlas didn't warm. It reacted. It responded. It communicated in particles and light. By mid-July, JWST and SphereX had already detected anomalies. A carbon dioxide dominated coma instead of water. A thermal history unlike any comet from our solar system. But during the blackout, as solar radiation peaked, China observed something unprecedented, a brightness echo. An expansion wave. A structural rearrangement of the dust cloud. It wasn't random sublimation. It was a pattern. A response. To catch that pattern, you needed continuous observation every minute. China had it. The West didn't. When JWST and VLT resumed observations, the comet had moved 1.2 million kilometers, enough to blur any reconstruction of high-resolution models. China's data stitched the missing hours together perfectly, creating the first unbroken photometric record of an interstellar comet during peak solar activation. The results were staggering: sunward coma elongation, jet activation brightening, dust ratios incompatible with water-driven sublimation, a nucleus too small to account for the observed coma, orbital refinement that reduced errors by a factor of 5. This wasn't good astronomy. It was strategic astronomy. Every photon passed through nitrogen-cooled CCD detectors, atmospheric correction pipelines, redundant servers, Gaia DR3 light curve cross-calibrations, and meticulous metadata verification. Meanwhile, Western observatories with mirrors 4 times larger recorded nothing. The moment 3I Atlas revealed its true nature, only China's eyes were watching. When China uploaded the blackout period data to their VO portal, astronomers worldwide saw the files before any commentary. No press release. No interpretation. Just raw, unfiltered truth. Within hours, the orbit was recalculated. The hyperbolic trajectory confirmed with unmatched precision. The coma's directional elongation, the tail structure shifts, the brightness surges, and the dust-to-gas ratios all merged into one coherent, impossible timeline. The comet wasn't behaving like a comet. It was behaving like a system. A system that responded to sunlight as if it were aware of it. China didn't claim aliens. They didn't speculate. They simply proved what the West couldn't deny. 3I Atlas behaved differently depending on who was watching. It brightened when no one else could measure it. It altered its tail only when one hemisphere had eyes on it. It reshaped its coma contrary to every natural model. It produced data too precise to dismiss as coincidence. This wasn't a passive interstellar visitor. It was an interstellar event. And it knew how to hide. And it knew when we weren't looking. If 3I Atlas responds differently depending on observation, then what is observing us back? It's not about danger. It's about intent. Intent that may be ancient. Intent that may be benign. Intent that may be beyond our comprehension. China stitched the missing hours into a continuous, seamless timeline. The result is the most unsettling part. The behavior is coherent, purposeful, like an activation sequence. The West missed it. China captured it. We didn't just observe an interstellar object. We observed interstellar intent. And now, as 3I Atlas drifts silently, accelerating and reshaping itself under the light of our sun, humanity faces a truth we cannot ignore. The universe is watching.